Hello everyone, you're watching Wilson Waffling Live, episode 84, recorded Monday the 23rd of January 2017. All it remains for me to say, run titles. Hello, welcome. Sorry, microphone. Let's move it out of the way. You're watching Wilson Waffling Live. Yes, this is episode 84, is it? Yeah. Wow, have I done 84 of these? I'm going for that 100. It might be 85, actually. I can't remember whether or not it's 84, 85. I think it must be. It must be 84. It must be 84. But we're way on our way, well on our way to the wonderful 100. So thank you very much for coming and joining me tonight. I've got a slightly... it's the same show, but I want to try out some new things. I want to try out some new sort of like tactics. And I know it sounds a bit weird, but I just thought, I'm going to try to get people's comments up, and I thought that's what I'll do. And so I'm currently Twitter's not working for me. Good start. I do tonight have a bit of a comment section. So if I just zip across to this view, just watch. That'll go away. Can you see? This is actually Facebook Live. This is actually Facebook Live, so I can see that there's two of my friends are watching. Thank you, my two friends. And Ricky James there has just given me a thumbs up, and that's absolutely live. And if anybody actually makes a comment there now and just says hello or something like that, it will, or it should, fingers crossed, actually sort of like pop up and actually sort of like... Be live now. I'm not having so much joy on the Periscope side of things, because I think I've got it a little bit. Wait, yes, somebody, there's Anna. Look, she's just said hello, and up it pops. Hello, Anna. Welcome to Wilson Waffling Live. I'm trying to do the same on Periscope, but Periscope isn't having the same sort of look. It's like me. There must be a slight delay, because when I do this, look, it's taking its time to catch up. But that's a slight delay there. There's one people watching there. But obviously, there I go, look. Obviously, I don't know where the comments are going to go on there. So a bit of work to do on that one, a bit of work. But we still got the Facebook Live comments working very well. So thank you to everybody who's actually joining me live on Facebook. I really do appreciate that. So as always, tonight we've got the normal run-of-the-mill show. So in a second, we're going to have a rather reduced tweets of the week, because we don't have very many, and I'll tell you why in a second. Then we're going to have the website roundup, when I share with you some of the stories that have appeared in the news over to do with primary education, well, education as a whole, both primary and secondary, over the last week. And then we've got the teaching ideas, when I give you some ideas. I don't feel I'm very central at the moment. When I give you some ideas about teaching, and this week we're going to investigate colour. It's going to be coloured this week, so we are going to give you some ideas. Now, please do remember that if you would like to follow me on Twitter, then you can do. You can just down here is the Twitter link, so you can follow me at iWilsonYSJ, or you can follow our hashtag YSJPrimeEd. And if you're watching this on Periscope, you're probably already following me, so thank you very much for that. Now, without much ado, or further ado, we are going to move on straight away to the limited version this week of the wonderful Tweets of the Week. Yes, tweets of the week. So this is when I have a look at some of the tweets that have appeared on the hashtag YSJ Prime Ed stream. So you can see what we are getting up to in the primary education course at YSJ, York St John University. Now, to start off with, I have to tell you that in this week, during this week, the first years are on placement. The third years are on placement, and the second years are very busy getting ready, doing presentations and doing assignments. So it's quite a quiet week at YSJ with lots of people working but not actually being around. But we do have, well, you'll be pleased to know we do have some tweets to have a look at. So here's one. Here's one of the first ones here. You can see that the first years are out and about. Here's Laura getting ready for the Chinese New Year in her placement setting, and she's definitely got some interesting Chinese food out there, some chopsticks. I'm thinking it's like a role play area in foundation stage, but it certainly looks fantastic. And as well as that, you know, the first years are out on placement, and they do have to get up quite early to get to placement. You know, it's good practice, but the coaches do set off early and to get them there so they're ready in the time for school. And here's Dominic saying 5 a.m. starts ain't bad when your day is mint. I wish I could use words like that, mint. But anyway, and that was Dominic going off to placement during the week. So as you can see, it's very enjoyable, but you do have to get up early because teaching is a hard life. Just remember that. And just to let you know, I'm a tutor at YSJ, and I like to support you all the time and keep in touch with you. And one of the things I like to do, as you'll probably be aware, that I do have my own radio station, Wilson Waffling Radio. Just search for it on the internet and you'll find it. And on a Friday night, I like to do a show dedicated to the musicals. And here we have Sarah saying another Friday listening to fabulous musicals and doing uni work with Emily there. Fantastic. Really pleased that I can be of help and liven up the background information, and, you know, give you something to sing along to while you're actually doing work at home. And that's really it for the tweets of the week this week. There hasn't been very many because people have been really busy doing other things, but I hope that's sort of like giving you an insight. And well, don't worry, the first years are on placement this week, and then they come back, and soon I'm really excited because mathematics starts. That's one of the subjects I teach, and we've done second year mathematics and first year science and second year science, and now it's first year mathematics. Yeah, can't wait. I hope you are looking forward to coming and seeing it. So so that was the tweets of the week, and we're going to go straight into the website roundup. Now, can I please remind you that the website roundup is all about catching up with what is going on in the world. Here's the intro. Yes, the website roundup. Now, this week, this has changed. This has changed over the time. And what generally happens now. I was just checking Facebook to see whether or not anybody else had made any comments. We'll go back to Facebook in a second. But if you are watching on Facebook and you feel like adding a comment, then I can actually go live across to the Facebook comments. So if you would like to appear on Wilson Waffling Live, then now is your chance. I can see that we've had a thumbs up from Ricky, which I really do appreciate. But saying that, somebody's just stopped watching me. Don't forget, if you can't watch this, then you can watch the recording. It is available. Right, let's have a look at the website roundup. So this is when I'm going to play you some snippets of the news that has been in education. I'm going to show you some website clips, and then remember, all the links to everything that you see will be available underneath me at the end of this show. So here is this week's website roundup. No, 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 wait, that didn't work very well. Don't worry, I've got it sorted now. I've got it sorted. Just forget that didn't happen. Just forget, that I was a lot more professional than that. I was a lot more professional. Here is, I couldn't understand why there was no music, but then I suddenly figured it out. Anyway, here is the website roundup. And we're back with, I don't know if you noticed, but you can always see me behind until I forget to turn the camera off. But just pretend I wasn't there. Just pretend I wasn't there. Okay, so we have had the tweets of the week, and we've had the website roundup, and now we're going to have a look. We're going to have a look at this week's topic. Which is all about, I've lost some pictures. I'm really annoyed. I was all set up to have some lovely pictures for you for this next bit. However, they've gone. They've gone, so you'll just have to do without. You have to do without. So anyway, what I thought I would talk about today is, one of these days I'm going to have somebody on with me to talk to, and these things are going to fold back like that, so we can have a conversation. That's going to be my aim for later on in the expansion. The expansion of Wilson Waffling Live. Anyway, I thought I'd give you some teaching ideas, and this week I wanted to focus on colour. And the first thing, it reminded me of that wonderful song Colours of Day. Do you remember from it, Assembly? Colours of Day, da, 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 da. Do you remember? I love that song, but it's a nice music to sing along to. Anyway, I thought we're going to go a bit arty to start off with, and these are some activities that I've done in school with the children. And the first thing I would like to do is called colour paint mixing. Colour paint mixing. Now, what you do with this, and I really like this idea, and it works really well for like a starting activity. And once you've done it, you can it makes some really nice displays, or it makes a border around the outside of the display. So you give the children a piece of paper, and you give them one colour bit of paint, and two colours, and that's it. And what they do, they take the paintbrush, you give them some water as well, of course. And what you do is that they take the first colour, say they've got blue. They take the first colour of blue and then they paint a line across the edge of the paper. So imagine the square bit of paper. I actually had a picture of this, but I can't show you now. And you just colour the top bit in. And then what you do is that once you've done that, you take you dab your paint into the other colour. So say it's red, dab it and then mix it and then draw another colour, another line. And then dab it and mix a little bit more in and draw another line and another bit more and another bit more and another bit more, so forth and so on, until you've got a completely new colour. So it could go from blue, and if you add red, it'll slowly go into purple, won't it? Or you could do something like add blue and keep adding a bit of white and watch it get lighter and lighter and lighter. Or you can start with yellow and add a bit of red every time to get orange or something like that. And you can just build up the stripes across the piece of paper. Now, once you've done that and it's dried, it makes a lovely display. Or the other thing that you can do, which is really clever, is sort of like do little blobs of it. And then once you finish and once it's dried, you can go round it with black marker pen. So it's sort of like do a blob. Do you know, I'm dying to show you this. I wish I was a little bit more organised, but I can't. Do a little blob and then do another little blob next to it, another little blob next to it, and so forth and so on until you've got all the blobs around the paper. And then once it's dried, and you have to let it dry, you then take a black marker pen and you go round it. So it's almost like a stained glass window effect. So that's really good for paint mixing. And one thing I really like about it is that it shows children that the colour, the output of the colour is dependent about how much of the other colour you put in. So, you know, you can just put little ones in, and you can do it with 3 colours, or you can change it to 1 colour. So you can actually go, you know, yellow, adding red to get to orange, and then add another colour, add say blue to see what it ends up with and things like that. Okay, so that's colour mixing. Now, keeping on the idea of colour, here's a science experiment that you can do. And I said to the children in my class, I got out the Beryl felt tip pens. Other felt tip pens are available, but Beryl ones are the best. And we were looking at the colours, so like a black felt tip, a red felt tip, a dark blue felt tip, a purple felt tip, and things like that. And we're saying what colours are actually in that purple, what colours are actually in that black. And how we found it out was that we got some circular filter paper, and I'll tell you an alternative as well instead, circular filter paper, and we coloured in a little drop, a little dot in the middle of the filter paper, and we put it over a beaker. And then using a pipette or something that can drop water in, we dropped single drops of water onto the ink spot. And then the ink spot will slowly grow and grow and grow. And as it grows, it will take the dye, the ink dye with it, and then it'll drop the lighter colours first and then spread out to the darker colours, or around the other way, I can't really remember. All right, it's a really good idea to show the different colours that are actually going into something like purple or black or navy blue. The other way you can do it, just out of interest, is to put the blobs on a bit of kitchen roll, and this is really good for foundation stage. Kitchen roll, and put the blobs on, and then suspend it with on a washing line, and put the tip, just the tip of the kitchen roll into some water. And as the water starts to rise up the kitchen roll, it will take the colours with it as well. And that's really nice, and it's really good to see it over a period of time. Now, you can probably do the same thing with Smarties and Skittles, and you've probably seen it when you get the plate and you put it around the outside, and you can see what colours are in what, or you can say, you know, try to get the colour out of them by soaking them in things, etc., etc. The other thing I thought you could do is to do some literacy work about it, and to look at the colours, red, blue, yellow, green, whatever. And the first thing I thought you could do is talk about what red, words associated with red. So it might be sort of like anger, alert, danger, things like that. And I thought what you could do is just draw them in big pens or capital letters or block capitals all over a piece of paper. And then you could actually either cut out black lettering that says RED and then stick them on it. So you have all the words in the background and then these black letters covering some of them up on the foreground. And I thought that would make a nice literacy display as well. Or you could do it around the other way. You could cut out the stencil of the word red, blue and whatever, and then adjust it and move it around on the piece of paper until you got it where you wanted it. And then just have some of those words showing. And I thought that would give a good vocabulary as well, because you can investigate certain words and synonyms and antonyms and things like that. The other thing I thought, you could write colour poems and you could title them What Red Means to Me, and just sort of like do something like red, rushing fire engines, blushing brides, you know, and just sort of like do a very simple poem, sort of like simple sentences as it goes down. And it'd be interesting to discuss what each colour means to every single person, so to speak, and how that changes. You can go on to that and do some wonderful work. And it's good to have a think about this, because it links into PSHE as well. Because you could do things like what would a world without colour be like, you know, and people who are colourblind often see that. But what would be a world without colour? You know, if everything was just white or just grey, what would it be like? What would you miss? And also you could talk about colours of food. You know, if a sausage was green, would you eat it? You know, and this idea and sort of like taking well-known foods and then colouring them in a different colour. You could do that in an IT program, a computing program, you know, give them a picture of a plate of food and then actually colour it in with a different colour over the top to see what it would look like. So the other thing that you could go into is colour filters in science, but I thought I'll change that, leave that idea until we talk about light, because that would definitely be another topic I can talk about. So remember, if there's any topics that you would like me to give you some teaching ideas on, then don't forget you can tweet me at iWilsonYSJ, or you can just add the comments below either on Facebook or on YouTube, and I will get round to them and I will add it to the list. The list is currently empty, so now is the time to get your comments in and sort of like says, yes, I would like to do that, etc. Now, just before we finish, because we're coming to the end of the show, as you can probably guess, we're just going to nip over to Facebook to see whether or not we've had any more comments on Facebook. We're going now, so now is your chance. Anna had made a comment beforehand. No, still Anna. I don't know. Do I need to refresh this? I might need to refresh. Here comes the refresh. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Wait. I can do this. Let me just click on it again. And up they come. Here we go. Oh, look, we've got three. We got Edward and we got Ricky and we got Anna all appeared there, but only just one comment still. Which is fine. I will go with one comment. I do love one comment. And remember, if you are working for Wirecast or you're watching this, then thank you very much for the software. I really love it. It's a bit expensive for me, but I'm paying out for it, so I really do love it. So thank you very much, Wirecast. Right, guys, we're coming to the end of the show. Which means that it is time for me to sign off from here.
Waffling.
Hang on. This has been a show of sheer brilliance, hasn't it? Because I've just realised that you didn't hear any of that, didn't you? You didn't hear any of that. I just faded away and you couldn't hear me because I took my mic off. Oh, duh. You know, I will be a professional one day. I assure you, I will be a professional YouTube live streamer one day. That and a Twitch streamer. Anyway, remember, if you'd like me to talk about anything about teaching ideas, and just make sure that you add them down in the comments below. And remember, you can also go and watch this YouTube video back on YouTube, and just go along to iWilsonYSJ. So it only remains for me to say my usual way, have fun, guys. Have fun, and I'll catch you all later. And just get the right picture up. And until then, thank you for bearing with me and suffering in silence while I make so many mistakes. But I will be back next week with episode 85. Be there or be a quadrilateral. And until then, I just want to say, consider yourself waffled. Have fun, guys.